Hey guys, Jason again with Surviving Dad Life, and on today's episode, we're getting ready for summertime and the barbecues. What we're going to be doing today is I got a couple of ribeyes sent to me from the New York Steak and Seafood Company, and we're going to be cooking those on the griddle. And I've got two lobster tails that we're going to be putting on the smoker. I've got the smoker preheating right now, and we're going to get it up to about 250. And once that's up, then we're going to get that on there. But anyway, first we're going to prep our meat and get it ready. All right, I'm going to shut the lid on this. That way it can get to heating up. And we're going to start by prepping our lobster tails because they're going to take the longest to cook. And oh wow, they sent me 4 of them. I thought I was only getting 2. So you know what, we'll go ahead and make all 4 of them. Okay, first we're going to start by prepping our lobster tails. Now on these lobster tails, we're going to cut these right down the center of the tail, and we're going to stop just short of where the end of the little flipper part is of the tail. Poultry shears work great for this. Okay, then once you get it cut all the way down the center of it here, flip it over and press down to release the shell on the inside here. You'll press down here and break this, because if you don't, it's almost impossible to get this apart. Okay, then once you get those pressed down, you're going to open it up. Okay, and once you get it open, slide your finger in there, and we're going to break the meat off of the shell. I'll just take my finger and slide it in here. See, I'll slide it in here on the side. Okay. And once you get that broke, okay, then you'll pull your meat up, fold the shell back over, and there you go. You'll have your meat right on top of the shell. Now, after I do each one of these, I'll rinse them off, make sure they're good and clean. So let me do the rest of these, and then we'll get back to the rest of it. Okay, I'm gonna get the water hose here and we'll wash them off. Okay. Dogs are running around like crazy. They must be smelling this fish. Or lobster. Okay. As far as seasoning goes, nothing special. Salt and pepper. Okay, and that's it. I mean, it really isn't a whole lot. It doesn't take a whole lot to get lobster tails ready. I can tell you, like, whenever I first thought about doing it, I was like scared to death because I didn't want to mess up an expensive piece of meat, and you can't. All right, now we're gonna get our steaks ready. Okay, like I said a while ago, these are 2 ribeyes. Okay, these are about maybe 3/4 of an inch thick. And they are really nice looking pieces of meat. I am like a stickler when it comes to seasoning, I guess you could say, on a steak. I am not just a salt and pepper kind of guy. I like it with a little kick to it. So what I'm going to be doing is, Weber makes a great steak seasoning. It's called Chicago steak. And we are going to coat the crap out of this. Okay, after I get these coated, I'm going to put these back in the fridge, and I'm going to leave them in there for only about 30 minutes. The lobster tails are going to take 45 minutes to an hour. We need those to hit, somewhere around 165. Okay. So our smoker hadn't gotten up to temp yet, so we're going to give that a few more minutes. But this is what's for dinner tonight. All right, tails are ready to go. Smoker's at 250. All right, we're gonna let those ride for 30 to 45 minutes, and then I'm gonna come out, check on them, and then we're going to, well, about 30 minutes, we're gonna check on them. Then I'm gonna make up the butter sauce that I'm gonna put on the top of it. Then, so for the last 15 minutes of it to finish them off. All right, it's been almost 30 minutes or so, and I'm gonna get my sauce ready that I'm gonna baste the tails in. It's nothing special. All I need is, about 6 tablespoons of butter. Which there's 8 in a stick of butter, so we're just gonna use the whole thing. Well, I say we're gonna use the whole thing. Okay, and then I'm gonna use about 3 cloves of garlic. And yes, I'm cheating, but if you can, we'll make it 4 cloves of garlic. But of course, fresh garlic is gonna be best. This is a little stinking bug, I'm gonna call that. Not a petri dish, a quiche dish. I don't know. But I'm gonna put this in here and let the butter melt down so we can baste it here in about another 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, when we come back and do the basting, that's when I'll let you guys see what we're working with in there. All right, the lobster tails, the meat has hit about 135, 137 degrees. I'll pull this thing up. And they're starting to look pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and take my mixture here and baste it. Remember, it's just butter, some cloves of garlic, and pepper. Okay, and we're gonna let this ride for a few more minutes until it hits 145 degrees. And while we're waiting, we're gonna start cooking our steaks. Okay, we've got just a few minutes left on the lobster tails. They're getting up there. They're about 135, I think it was. Yeah, they're about 135 degrees. Those are gonna take about 10 more minutes to come to temp. While I'm talking to you guys, I'll put a little bit more butter on top of them. But what we're gonna do now, while we're waiting on this to cook or to finish off, we're gonna take our steaks and go ahead and start cooking those. Now, on the steaks, I know most people like to eat their steaks as like it just fell off the cow and they're gonna bite into it, but we like ours medium well here. So I've gone ahead and prepped my asparagus. Go ahead and cut the bottom inch and a half off your asparagus, and you can tell looking at that there, it's hard as can be. And if you cook that, when it cooks, it's gonna be chewy and almost tastes like, or not taste like, feel like you're chewing on like a stick of bamboo. So we're gonna put our asparagus on too. That butter that we had left over from earlier, we're gonna put that down. It's about a tablespoon of butter. That's gonna go down on the griddle. If it comes off there, maybe it's not going to. Put that down. Then we're gonna take our asparagus and start cooking it up. It takes just a little bit longer than your steaks. You don't cook the rubber band. And then when I cook mine, I put a little bit of salt. And the thing I do different is I put a little bit of garlic powder on here. My wife doesn't like garlic for some reason, but she loves my asparagus, and I don't think I've ever told her that I put garlic on the asparagus. Okay, and we're gonna let that cook. I like a little bit of char on my asparagus. Okay, and then we're gonna take our steaks. These aren't real thick, they're about 3/4 of an inch. And I'm gonna let these ride for probably about 3 minutes on each side, and then I'll check the temperature. But we like our steaks about medium well, and we're gonna put them on there and let them ride. Okay, I just got the tails off the smoker. You can see them there. And somebody had a rough day at work, so I'm not gonna have her stand on camera. I'm gonna have her try that steak. I think I know why she married me.
That's really good.
Okay. You want to try some of this lobster?
That steak is really tender.
Okay, look at that. Can I get it on there? That's really white. Do you want some of the butter sauce?
No.
Tell me what you think. I've never done this before.
Oh, that's really good.
Not as good as a steak though, right?
No.
Okay. All right, we're gonna take this in the house and plate that up. Hopefully you can see it. And go enjoy it. I got a good rating from the wife. She says it's delicious. So we're gonna go inside and put the feed bag on. you guys go down. I'll leave a link or whatever they sent me where you guys can get a discount on any of the meat or whatever you get from New York steak and seafood. And make sure you like and comment, subscribe on the video, and tell me what you do when you cook your lobster on the smoker or whatever you have on the smoker. And we're gonna have more recipes to come, you know, throughout the summer, because, you know, that's what we do when we're outside as dads. We're always on the smoker.